Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
For over 30 years, Vanguard Outdoors has made the gear that turns a regular hunt into another fine day of field. We know that a good shooting stick or a nice pair of binoculars can make or break your day. Our design teams include serious hunters who work hard to bring you the best sporting optics, shooting sticks, tripods, bags, and more. We are Vanguard Outdoors.
Well, hey everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We've got a brand new show for you. We're going to kick things off on the Grand River doing a little bass fishing. You won't want to miss that. Then we're going to head west to the port of Muskegon, actually the Muskegon Channel, to target sheephead. I don't think we've ever done that on the show before, but we had a lot of fun and some kids caught some big fish. And I think we're going to have time for a fish recipe as well, actually a rock bass burger of all things. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan Out of Doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com.
The Michigan Charter Boat Association has provided education of the Great Lakes fishery for over 52 years. Information about Great Lakes fishing opportunities as well as captain advocacy can be found at michigancharterboats.com. By Network Outdoors, connecting members to share experiences, help grow businesses, and to give back to the outdoor community. Learn more at one of 10 monthly meetups or online at networkoutdoors.com.
We kick off this week's show in the central part of the state on the Grand River, where I was able to tag along with a couple of anglers targeting smallmouth bass.
Grand River. We're going to be throwing some topwaters this morning. Hot weather, generally midsummer time period, early in the morning means great topwater fishing. We did get some heavy rain last night, but I think the water should be clean enough. I think we can still do pretty well this morning. The whole length of the Grand, basically from the headwaters all the way to where it dumps into Lake Michigan, is a pretty good smallmouth fishery. Every stretch has their better times a year, I would say, but in general, every stretch of the river can fish well. Summertime, I'm pretty much targeting smallmouth and catfish, and that's about all I target, but there are plenty of other great fisheries here. Pretty consistent walleye fishing to be had. Obviously catfishing is really popular. It's really blown up the last few years. The lower end of the river, there's bass tournaments almost every day, it seems like. Definitely a great fishery all summer long. The hotter the better, I find, in general. Nice fish. Long fish. Nice fish. Big, skinny, post-spawn fish. Probably 17-incher. Nice work, dude. Let's catch a bigger one now.
Oh yeah. I like the aggression of smallmouth bass. I don't fish for them too often, so when I get the chance to, it's a lot of fun, but still pretty new to the topwater bite. But the blow up is pretty unlike any other kind of fishing. It's fun. Got him.
Got him. Went for the second one.
Little guy.
Couldn't turn it down. Nice.
Little guy.
Sun's getting up a little bit higher in the sky. We're still getting some blow-ups on the topwater, but a lot of these fish are missing the bait. They're just slapping at it. Oftentimes I notice that as a result of a big rain, higher water, fish are not in as good of a mood. So we're just gonna try, we just had a few really big fish blow up on us that we missed. We're just gonna go back through it with a subsurface bait. We're gonna try a spinner bait, maybe a soft plastic, and see what they'll eat. A lot of different colors, a lot of different applications. I throw a lot of willow leaf spinner baits, a little bit faster moving. Gives them a little bit less of a choice. If they're gonna eat it, they have to eat it now. As far as colors go, I kind of vary it depending on if it's overcast, if it's sunny, watercolor. Today we got some pretty dirty water, so I'm going to go with some white, some chartreuse. It's a little bit hazy, so I think either gold or silver could do well, so we're going to try both. Doubled up. That ain't all bad. Just switch to a plastic and a spinner bait. Try to give them something a little different. Oh yeah, nice fish. Real nice smallmouth. Maybe a touch big for the boat flip, but that'll work.
The fishing conditions for this trip were pretty good. However, the water was a little up and dirty, both of which can impact the bite and change where the fish are located.
Last night we had some pretty intense thunderstorms, really muddied the water up overnight. That can definitely have an effect, especially on techniques that I'm using. So a lot of times with that rising water, dirtying water, it puts them in kind of a poor mood. So you got to really convince them into biting. So either working something really slow like this soft plastic, or a really loud, obnoxious bait like a spinner bait, a spinner like that one,
Nice one.
or a big noisy topwater will get you bites. I think it's mostly just having any change. They really prefer stable conditions. So in the summertime, usually that means low and clear conditions between heavy rains. In my experience, that's been the most consistent fishing. Big rains can definitely have a bad effect for a few days. That being said, there are times where even though the numbers might not be as good after a heavy rain, sometimes the quality fish are the ones that you find during those conditions. Trying to get you in the grass. On the spinner. That's a nice fish.
One of the baits we were using on this trip and catching quite a few fish with is actually made by Jason. And as we made our way along, I asked him how he ended up in the tackle business.
My buddy Tab and I, who runs Real Michigan Anglers with me, we started using steelhead slammers for steelhead and coho salmon. Became good friends with Thaddeus, the owner, and decided that not enough people here were using those lures, so we collabed with him to create a whole line of spinners based off some of our ideas, and using tungsten weights to get them down a little further, and most of them have a bloop bead on the bottom of them, and then a single hook, not a treble. Put them out about a year and a half ago, and one of my favorite lures to use. It's great for all species: pike, bass, walleye, salmon, steelhead. We've caught everything on them. That does seem to be a pretty hot lure today.
Yeah, the old spinner getting it done.
We originally started as a YouTube channel, just filming catching fish, so we remembered where we caught fish. And developed a little bit of a following over the years of doing that, and people started asking what we were using. And some of the stuff we had friends make, some of the stuff we were able to make, and just started turning it into making lures that we thought would work and lures that we thought were a little different than everybody else was doing. And for the most part, just trying to have fun with it. And we've done the trade expos. We're in some stores across the state. We have our online store, and can honestly say it's one of the most fun things I've ever been able to do is make lures that catch fish. That would have been great if I landed that.
Smooth.
Should we net it or flip it?
It's up to you.
Let's net him.
Yeah, of course. See all those crayfish that fish was spitting up? A lot of times when you're bringing a smallmouth in like this, you'll see several others chasing it because they're waiting for that fish to be spitting out crayfish and whatever else it's been eating. And more often than not, if you see one chasing, you can flip in and catch both.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Ooh. Nice fish. Well, it's been a good day so far. We made the best of a little bit less than ideal conditions. Topwater bite was okay this morning, not quite what I was hoping for, but we got into a bunch of fish on spinners, a few on topwater, a bunch on soft plastics. It's been a great day. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Got him.
Nice.
Real nice fish. Had me wrapped around a log. Thankfully he swam back the other way.
By the time it was said and done, we had boated at least 50 smallmouth throughout the morning, showcasing just what an incredible fishery the Grand River can be. Special thanks to Brett and Jason for showing us all what the Grand can offer this time of year.
Touching there, we got 19.
Well, we as Michiganders have a ton of variety when it comes to fish that we can chase here in our great state. And one fish that kind of gets a bad rap is a sheephead. You typically catch those when you're targeting walleye or bass, and it's kind of an incidental catch. But just last week, I went out with some folks that were targeting sheephead, had some kids on board, and we caught a lot of big fish, had a lot of laughs. Keith, what are we trying to do today?
We are going to be targeting sheephead this morning.
Sheephead?
It's a fantastic fight. They fight like salmon, and there's a lot of them. And hopefully we can catch a lot.
We got our ace anglers on the boat today?
We got the big time anglers that are ready. They all ate their Wheaties this morning and got their strong arms, and hopefully their arms are not very strong by the time we get done.
Keith had been telling me how much fun this was to actually target the sheephead here in the Muskegon Channel, so, well, here we were. Keith's kids Natalie and Nathan were on board, as well as Dan and Jackson Rust. We were getting some lines in the water.
So we're running our trolling motor as our steer by remote, by autopilot, and then we run our kicker as our push power. And we're going to target these fish about 2.2, 2.0 miles an hour, running body baits, spoons, mag lips, jet divers, anything and everything, and they bite at all.
Wow, awesome.
Go ahead and reel this in, kiddo. Hey, right here.
You want it? We can stick it right here, Danny, too.
Go ahead and reel it in this way. There you go.
Well, the first fish was not what we were targeting, but a nice smallie is always fun to fight. But as promised, the sheephead were here for sure.
Okay. A little more, buddy. A little more. We got him. Woo!
Something was flying in my shoe.
That thing is big. Lure you right out?
Yes.
Let's just say the action was steady, and the kids, well, they never had a chance to get bored.
There goes another one. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one.
How did you get into fishing for these sheephead?
Found them by accident. I found them coming in from salmon fishing on super slow days, kept marking a lot of fish in the channel, and just decided to put a couple lines down and realized how much fun they were. And now it's something we target just for the fun of it. It's so fast action and so fun. Fight's good, and it's great for kids because they're not waiting very long.
Nice. And you're using walleye setups and salmon setups, basically?
All walleye setups.
All walleye, okay.
Light tackle, 10-pound test. I do have some braid rods out, like my walleye jigging rods, or just small tackle. Smaller the better, and it makes for a way enjoyable fight.
And how long have you been fishing?
Since I could walk.
Yeah?
Which is probably, I'm 34 now, so at least 30 plus years.
Nice. And you just recently got into the charter stuff?
This April, I just became a licensed charter captain and went through the classes, and it's been a passion of mine my entire life. And I went through some really rough patches in my life and needed to make changes, and the best way to do it was be out here on the water. And when I realized I needed to be out here, that it was time to do it.
Awesome.
Well, the water is a great place to be, and it can be very therapeutic for many of us. Keith, like many captains I have fished with, were just really avid anglers who thought about taking their fishing to the next level. Keith books sheephead trips now because they are so much fun and action-packed. So in the next couple hours we were on the water, we had a ball.
We got him! Stop cranking, stop.
Got him?
Let's do one more.
Got him?
Yep, we got him, good job. Look up. There we go.
Oh my God, it's a lake of stress. Why is the lake of stress, Dad?
It is. Good job. Got him. Good job.
Daddy, this one's a tough fire.
Woo-wee. Good job, Nathan.
Big
Big one.
This is a big sheephead.
If you're looking for a fun fish to catch that fights hard and bites about anything you put down, well, this is for you. The kids had a ball, and it's not too weather dependent either because we didn't really need to leave the shelter of the channel or the inside of the break walls. But Keith said today wasn't even a great day numbers-wise.
So today was a little slow. To be honest with you, it was a little slow. Like, I would have liked to have seen a triple or a quad just for the fun of it. But it was a great day, beautiful weather. Nothing like pure Michigan.
Well, slow day or not, it was a ton of fish. If you're a bass angler that releases the fish anyways, well, maybe this could be for you. Some folks do keep these fish, and supposedly they taste like poor man's lobster. But catch or release, casting or trolling, these hard-fighting fish are abundant and a great time for friends and family here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, we are here once again in Mount Pleasant with Jim Wood, Wood Shop Social. I'm kind of excited for this recipe because this sounds kind of out there. Explain to folks what we're going to be doing today.
So we're going to make a rock bass burger.
Now, where did you come up with that idea?
Well, it seems crazy, which, I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
But I like, you know, fish sandwiches. This
Okay.
is kind of my take on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a mousse out of the rock bass, raw rock bass meat, and then we're going to patty it into a burger.
Huh.
And we're going to serve it with a Mexican street corn slaw.
Wow. Okay, well, how do we get started here?
Okay, so I've got some corn that I roasted. We've got some red cabbage, some white cabbage, some green onion, and some cilantro.
Okay.
And then we're gonna make the slaw. Our base is our mayo.
Gotcha.
And we're gonna add a little bit of sugar to that.
Is this something you make here at the restaurant, or is this kind of
I mean,
one
we
of your own
made
creations?
versions.
Okay. Nice.
A little bit of chili powder, a little bit of salt. We're also gonna salt the slaw. And then we've got some freshly squeezed lime juice.
Nice.
We'll whip that up. Okay, so.
Got our slaw,
that's
good
our
to
slaw.
go. Let's see this puree here that you're gonna make.
We've got a ½ pound of rock bass in here. And we're gonna get a little salt on it.
All right.
Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna add a whole egg.
So if you've never made this before, I'm assuming, since it's rock bass, but you could use whatever kind of fish you want.
Any fish, you can use shrimp, scallops.
Okay.
This is actually a good binder for crab cakes instead of mayonnaise. It gives it a more seafood taste, and it's a little less fat.
Okay.
If you care about that. So now we're gonna put it on high, and we're gonna add some heavy cream. We've got our mousse. All right, so we're gonna cook this on about medium heat.
Okay. It's a pretty big patty.
Yeah, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it in the pan, and then you're gonna smash it down, and kind of form about as big as the actual bun itself that you're gonna cook it in.
Okay.
So you're basically shallow frying this.
Okay.
I wouldn't advise doing this on like a char grill or anything, just because it's gonna stick and it's gonna create a nightmare, and you're gonna upset everybody that came over for the big rock bass burger celebration.
Just pan fry it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready to flip?
Flip it. Ooh. And what is the official name of this dish?
This is a rock bass burger with Mexican street corn slaw.
Okay, so I've had these here before, but Jim, explain what we just put in here.
So these are rock bass eggs.
Rock bass eggs that come in, they're in like the little
sack?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
no seasoning?
We're gonna put a little bit of salt on them.
Okay.
But these things, in my opinion, taste like, I don't know, shrimp popcorn basically is what they remind me of.
Well, hey everyone, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. As always, if you missed part of this week's show or you missed something from a couple weeks ago, you can always check us out online. You can do that through our website, our different social media platforms, as well as YouTube. And make sure you are joining us over the next several weeks. I know some of you saw that there were some deer regulation changes that are going to be happening here in the state of Michigan. And anytime there's any change in deer regulations, that's a big deal here in the state of Michigan. We're going to be sitting down with some folks, hopefully get you some more clarification on just what that means moving forward for us deer hunters. Lots of good stuff happening over the next several weeks, so get out and enjoy everything our state has to offer. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Network Outdoors, connecting members to share experiences, help grow businesses, and to give back to the outdoor community. Learn more at one of 10 monthly meetups or online at networkoutdoors.com. Mid-Michigan Ponds has been building and maintaining ponds and lakes throughout Michigan for nearly 25 years. We combine biology and heavy equipment to make pondscapes that are sustainable and fishable. More information at midmichiganponds.com. Closed captioning brought to you by Double D Ranch Foundation, a nonprofit 501c3 foundation working to make hunting and fishing accessible for those with disabilities.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am